Hey guys, what's up? It's Caden from QB and in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to solve these two puzzles. So the one on the right is the 2x2x3 cuboid, and the one on the left is the 2x2x4 cuboid, also known as the Rubik's Tower. So before I start off this tutorial, I need to go over a thing that you would need to know how to solve this. So for this, you're going to need to know how to solve a 2x2, because the method I use on it involves some 2x2 steps, and then the rest is solved like a cuboid. So for now though, we will start off with the 2x2x3. So go ahead and scramble your 2x2x3. Before I go over some algorithms in a minute, I need to tell you the notation for R, L, F, and B moves, because instead of it just being a 90-degree turn, it's actually a 180-degree turn, so it's technically an R2, because on a odd to even ratio on a cuboid, you can't do a 90 and then turn because it's not lined up. So that is one thing that you're going to need to keep in mind. For U and D moves though, it remains the same. So once you have your 2x2x3 scrambled, you're going to want to build a face. And I like to start with an easier face that I see. So I see that this is green and this is green, so I'm going to do a F2 and then an R2. Just technically an F and then an R. But I'm just going to relate to them as F2, R2, L2, and B2 because it's just easier for me like that. So now that I have that in place, and this looks right, you actually don't want this one to be in the right placement. You're actually going to want to move the other one up in there, because you'll see in a minute when I insert these two back, I'm going to bring this down here, and so it's there. So when I bring that down and I bring it over and put it back up, it will end up solving that layer. So I'll show you again. So you're going to put it to the side, bring this down, and then put it in. So there's a couple other cases that can come up for like first layer, so I'll show you a couple of them while you try and grasp how it works. So another one could be like you have one pair already done, so you're just going to this one right here. So what you're going to want to do with this is you're actually just going to want to put the correct one there, and then just move this one, the incorrect, and then bring it back and then put it in. So then it creates the top layer. First layer is pretty straightforward, so there's a couple other cases that can come up, but they're pretty easy to learn. So if you just watch that first little bit a couple times, you'll grasp it pretty easily. So for the next layer, you're going to want to flip the cube over so you have the opposite face facing up. So what you're going to want to look for is headlights or a 1x2 bar, so like this, where you have two solved and then the top. If you don't have this, you just follow this algorithm twice, but the algorithm is R, U, R, U prime, R, F, U prime, F, U, F. So then that will solve your top layer. But if you did not get a case of headlights, then you just follow that algorithm twice. So for the final step on this cube, you are going to turn it like this. So you're going to hold it in long ways versus tall ways. So there is 3 different types of algorithms that you'll need to know for this. One of which is this one. So you're going to want, if you have this case where this one needs to go here, and then this one needs to go here, and this one needs to go here, you're going to want to hold it like this, and you're going to go an M slice, and then a U, and then a M, and then another U, and then an M, and another U, and then an M, and then another U. So that solved it for me, but there is another case, which I will show you now. So another case that could come up is this, where it looks solved, but they actually need to be flipped around. So you're just going to do a M2 and then a U2, and then an M2, U2, M2. And once again, I realized I said U2, but it's actually just U. So that would be another case. And then another case is this one, where you would have this bar solved, and then these two need to be flipped across. So the algorithm for this one is R2, U, R2, U, R2, U, and then it will solve it. So that's pretty much it for the 2x2x3. So if you have trouble, just go back to the videos. I will leave the times in the description below, and I will also leave the algorithms down there. So if you don't want to look in the video, you can just look at the description. But for now, let's move on to the Rubik's Tower. So the Rubik's Tower is a little bit more challenging, but if you know how to solve a 2x2, it's pretty easy, and then all you have to do is add a couple algorithms from this. So go ahead and scramble your Rubik's Tower. When I scramble it, I tend to start by doing cuboid moves, so you get a really good scramble. And then after you're done these cuboid moves, then you can move on to just doing some normal like 2x2 notation moves. So you might have something like this. There's tons of other cases, but the case is not important. There's a couple other tutorials out there which make this cube seem very challenging, and I'm going to make it look pretty easy for you guys. So the first step is, imagine that 2x2 that was in the center when I held it sideways or upways. So pretend there's another layer here and that 2x2 is here. You're going to want to remember, though, for this cube, that green is opposite of yellow because it uses a different sticker scheme, and then red is opposite of orange, which is the same, but blue is opposite of white. So you're going to want to build a 2x2 in the middle. So I see this green one here, and I see that one in the green, and I know red's here. So what I'm going to do is bring it down and then put it in. So then there's your bar, which would be like on a 2x2. So then after that, you're going to bring this one here, because it's opposite of red, and then the green on top, over here, and actually put it like this. So then it looks like that. So actually this made it look a little easier for you guys, so it solved it back into its normal shape. So this will make you get an idea for how this works even better. So I see this last piece. I'm just going to insert it like a 2x2. And don't worry if it's shape shifted, because at the end we will fix that. So now that I have the first layer done on my inner 2x2, I'm going to flip it over and do my last layer 2x2 algorithms. So this is where you would need to know all your 2x2 methods. So I see this case, and I'm just going to use my 2x2 method, and so that would solve your yellow on top. But then you realize that you need to do your orientating them, so you might not be able to see the pieces, but once you get it, you will solve your inner 2x2. So some of the pieces you can't see, obviously, so you're just gonna kind of have to imagine they're there, and if you follow your 2x2 algorithms correctly, you should be able to solve this inner 2x2. So next, we are going to solve the rest of this like the 2x2x3. So you want to build a bar. So I see that can go there. And then I'm going to bring that back. So it's like that. And then, okay, I'm going to have to go like this and then like that. So I placed that in incorrectly. And then when I bring it down and put it back over, it's going to put it in correctly, but you'll see this is going to be one of the final algorithms from the other cube. So now you're going to flip the cube over and do the algorithm from that if you have headlights. But if not, once again, you just do the algorithm twice. So that is R, U prime, R, F, U prime, F, U, F. So then you're going to have to turn the cube like this again, like we did on the 2x2x3, and follow the same algorithms. So if you have this case, then you're going to use this algorithm. If you have the other case, you're going to use the other algorithm. And then the last case, you're going to use that algorithm, obviously. I'll show you them all again, just so you understand it on this one as well. So for this one, you're going to do M, U2, M, U2. And then that will solve everything. And then you see that you just need to use that flipping algorithm, which is M2, U2, M2, U2, and M2. So the last algorithm I'm just going to go over again is this one, which was, when you have it, it looks like this, where this is solved, and then these need to be swapped across. So that's just R2, U2, R2, U2, R2, U2, and then it will solve it. So if you guys liked this video and it helped you, leave a like below. Comment what else I could help teach you guys to solve, and also subscribe so when I do release more tutorials, you guys can learn those as well. So other than that, guys, keep on cubing, and thanks for watching. Bye.